Hey everybody, happy 420. This video is for Neeks. She DM'd me. She's having problems with her ankle and she can't go up on her toes. She thinks it's tight calves and was asking me if she should stretch it out. So if she's having problems going up on her toes, that is considered plantar flexion. So that's this. So you are plantar flexing when you go up on your toes. And so she's having problems doing that. That doesn't mean it's tight calves. What it means is actually those muscles are a little bit weaker than the front. And actually the front of your leg is tight. So all of this, okay? So I'm gonna start off by telling you or her that we're gonna try to soften up some of the tissue in the front, the anterior compartment. Okay, so you can get one of these. You can use a tennis ball or you can use this bad boy here. I prefer using this or the tennis or lacrosse ball. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend on your knee, just bend. And you're just gonna go up and down, okay? And then what I like to do is I will bend and then you're gonna point your toe up, do some ankle pumps, and then you can lean in, and just work that tissue, go up and down. You don't want to go over the shin bone if you have sensitive shins because that'll hurt. So just go around the tissue, okay? So that's one thing you want to do. Again, you want to do it for 2 minutes. And it sucks, it hurts. So point, go in, okay? So you want to do that. Now, the other one that you want to do, you can get a lacrosse ball. I'm using this one and a kettlebell. And you're gonna put the side piece, I'm gonna open this up in here, right where the calcaneus is. The calcaneus is your heel. Okay. Take the kettlebell and just work up and down, okay? You can hold it still. Then I like to bring the knee in because that kind of opens up the joint a little bit. And work that tissue and then press down, working a little bit of the calcaneus. And you'll feel that, just winding up, winding up. Winding up. So we're trying to create movement in the joint when we're doing that. Again, 2 minutes, you can do it longer. Science says, and I said it before in my other videos, 2 minutes to make change to tissue when you're stretching. When you're doing a passive stretch, meaning like if you're doing a straight leg hamstring stretch, or maybe you're trying to get into a split, you want to hold those stretches for as long as you can, meaning longer than 2 minutes. You can ask any gymnast, any martial artist, that when they're trying to get or gain mobility or flexibility and they're trying to get in certain positions, they actually hold those stretches for a really long time before they can get to where they need to be. So, I mean, you don't want to do it where it's extremely painful. You might cramp up. That's normal. That's just your nervous system. The muscles just freaking out because they're not used to being in that position. But you want to work your way up to, you know, longer periods of time of holding the stretch. Okay, so that's that. You can do self-mobilization. So cross your feet. You're going to grab one hand here, the other. And this is just mobilizing the midfoot. And it's almost like you're wringing out. So what I like to do with this one is I'm going to ring my foot this way and then bring my knee down, and it's gonna open that up. Okay, because we wanna make sure that we're opening everything in here. Okay, so you wanna do that. It's not rocket science. Just clamp, press, almost like a ringer. Okay, and if you have stiff feet or a stiff midfoot, you will hear some popping. You might get an adjustment. You have a lot of joints in your foot. Feet are very important. Okay, so that's that. Now, for stretching, this is just to work the tissue part and do some tissue manipulation and some mobilizations, which was the last one we did. We're gonna stretch this part, the anterior compartment, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go, right? And whichever side, you're gonna hold, and you're gonna put your hand right on top of that foot. And you wanna think about pressing down into the floor and into the palm of your hands. Press, 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 and let go. Same thing. Press down, like almost if you're pushing the floor. Press, 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 and let go. Then you want to go the opposite direction. You want to bring your heel to your butt. So think about if you're pushing up into, if you're going to like bend your knee. So up, 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 up. You want to work that opposite tissue and relax. Push down, and you should feel when you're doing it a stretch all in here. Okay, then the next one, again, we're working the front tissue. You're gonna go into a squat position, wherever you feel comfortable, but you're gonna use your hands to kind of lift yourself up. Now, I have I have a high arch on my foot, so don't go by my range of motion or my mobility on my foot, whatever you can, but you're gonna use this to kind of lift off, okay? So you're gonna go on your toes, all right? And then lift. And you're gonna think about pushing into the floor, push, 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 and then relax. Okay, and you'll do it for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Push, push, hold it, squeeze everything tight, push, 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 and then relax. Then you want to think about, now I'm pushing towards the floor. Now I want to curl, 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 curl into me. Think about curling your toes. So one part of the movement is you're pushing your toes against the floor, and then the next is you're curling it. Think about curling. So you're gonna do that. You wanna do it about 4 reps, 5 to 10 seconds. And that's gonna work that tissue along your foot. And it's gonna create mobility and open up that anterior compartment, help you with toe flexion, which is what you need because you can't get on your toes, okay? So, then the next one we're gonna do is you're gonna grab the kettlebell and the middle part of your foot, the inside of your foot is gonna go on the kettlebell on this. So you're gonna put it here. It can go midway. But what I want you to do, slightly bend the knee. If it's uncomfortable, you can straighten it. You gotta find your range because some people, they might bend too much and then you'll feel a little pressure on your knee. If you do, then back off a little bit, okay? So you're gonna bend and then push. We're stretching this tissue. This is opening up here. You're gonna push and relax. Think about push, hold for 5, 4, I'm almost creating some torque with my foot. And what I mean by that is I'm turning in. I'm almost thinking about turning my heel in and down into the ground. Open, open. You'll feel that tissue. And then you're going to stay where your foot is. Stay where you're at. And just think about as if you're trying to go inwards. So you're working the opposite tissue. So I'm going this way. I'm pushing down for the first part, and then I'm pushing in, and I'm feeling this in here, the opposite tissue. And you should feel this working as well. Okay, so that's another one, same thing, 3 sets, 5 to 10 seconds. You want to create as much tension. Essentially what I'm giving you right now is called PELs and RELs. And so it's the progressive tissue that you're working with, and then the regressive. So progressive is the part of the body that you're stretching, or the muscle that you're stretching, or the tissue. And then regressive is the shortening part. Okay, and then when you're doing this, we call it a radiation. So a radiation is creating tension throughout your body. You want to stay tight, and you want to think about an isometric hold. So the intent of moving your foot and you'll feel that tension. Neeks, I'm talking to you because you are familiar with your body. You do work out, so you'll feel that tissue opening up, and you want to hold it. So you want to hold it for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then relax, and then go again. And each time you do it, you want to create as much tension as possible and go into the stretch. Feel that tissue opening up. What was the other one that I wanted to do? Oh, okay. So now strengthening wise. So we did our PELs and RELs. We're working on stretching the tissue, creating stability and mobility, but we also want to work that gastroc, because that's the muscle. That's the gastroc is the muscle that's all gonna help you lift your foot up. Okay, so you get on the back knee. This foot's gonna come out here, right? And then you can do it either way. So you can start here, and I want you to think about going on your toes and back down, okay? So you can go on your toes and back down. You can lean in a little bit, so lean, right? And then up. So I almost want my knee in my armpit. So you go up. And I'm using the tension of my body, or the weight, to lift up and down. And I'll do it this way so you guys can see. So knee into my armpit. I'm gonna come down, right, up, and slowly work your way down. Up, and slowly work your way down. Up, and you can almost reach for something. Up, hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, and then if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, if that's easy for you, same thing. You're gonna add weight. You can put it here, and you're gonna go up and down, and control it. Up and down. Up. Hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, so you can work on these at home. I know you have some stuff. Hopefully you have something like this, or just a tennis or lacrosse ball. That's fine. As always, blessings. Stay home. Peace.